Well, welcome back to Melbourne.
Thank you, yeah.
When the plane is coming over the city, does it bring back feelings of playing? How do you feel coming back here?
You know, it's always actually quite funny when you say that. When you look outside before you're landing, it's something about this country, you know, where I don't know, it's just welcoming. The people are super nice. It still is, the happy slam. So, of course, I've had many good memories here playing.
It's crazy to say, but we're going to first take a look at 1999, which was 25 years ago.
Yeah, when you say it like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. No, that is crazy. 25 years ago. Can you believe that? A quarter of a century, right?
Yeah.
That is insane.
It was
But there you go, yeah.
It was only your second AO this year.
That's right, yeah. I think I came here the first time in 97 and I lost, or did I even make it in 97? I'm not sure.
I mean, not according to the history books.
I'm not sure, yeah. 98 I might have lost to Albert Costa maybe first round if I recall. And 99 was obviously my first great result in the slam, back when it was on rebound ace. Really one of the surfaces that I just enjoy playing on.
What did it mean to you? This is your first ever Grand Slam semifinal. What did that mean?
It was great. I mean, it's like, you know, this is what you work for all your life, is to play on the big stages, on the big stadiums, on Rod Laver Arena. I sort of felt like, you know, the couple of years before was a learning curve in many ways. And so to finally sort of make it to the second week, and I think in the quarters, who did I beat in the quarters? I might have played Vince Spady, if I'm not mistaken.
You did,
and he
yes.
just beat Agassi, I believe. So I was kind of, you know, thinking, oh, Agassi is going to be a tough one. And then Vince sort of took out Agassi there. So I felt like, okay, this is a good opportunity to make it to my first slam. I remember Kafelnikov obviously playing some of his best tennis during that year. I think he actually became number one pretty shortly after this event. Also won the French, I believe, in '99. So he was he was the best player in '99 in my eyes. And I don't think I really had much of a chance in this match either. Maybe in the third set. No, he played pretty solid, and then he played Thomas Enquist. Why is Max Mooney's dad like this cheering? I'm gonna have to have a talk to Max about that.
Yeah, you should.
That was good. I remember the hat with Nike. You know, I liked that in the front. That was my idea.
I felt like you and Leighton were like the first guys to really wear them backwards.
Yeah,
too.
That's true. Yeah, I always liked wearing my hat backwards. But the long hair, of course.
Ah, what year is this?
Well, this must be 2002, I'm assuming. Looks like a little bit more, you know, fat in my face too.
But
this was great, actually. I remember that outfit. I really enjoyed wearing that Nike outfit. That was good. It was more like this dry fit material that came out. Jeez, I'm sweating. The heat down under. Who we got here? Oh, Safin.
Safin.
Yeah. Another semi-final match. This one was a tough one for me. Felt like I was definitely the better player that day. 2 sets to 1 up. I think beginning of the fourth set, the rain came, and that messed me up completely, unfortunately.
How do you, I mean, you were calling it out before we even see it happen.
Yeah, because this is the one, I felt like maybe the one slam that maybe got away from me a little bit. Selfishly, when you look back and you go, well, what's really one that you might have had a chance to win? I think this could have been the year. Yeah, and this is the problem. This is where I went into the locker room and on the massage table, and, you know, my physio came in at the time, and, you know, I think mentally that was something that was a mistake. I should have just kind of kept going, stay closer to the court, and just kind of keep moving. Another friend of mine cheering on another opponent.
An opponent. Jeez, you got a lot of people to talk to.
No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, so there you go. Completely lost my ways in the fourth and then the fifth, and Marat did sort of raise his level. That was definitely one that hurt.
What's different about this crowd? I mean, you know, obviously we're seeing you play several matches on Rod Laver. What's different about the Australian crowd?
They're very knowledgeable about the game. I think they come out, they know it's Australian summer. Everything sort of revolves around tennis and sport, and they come out to see a show. You know, in some ways we're like the entertainers that go out, and you want to give them everything you can, and that's usually what it feels like. And then when you play, obviously Roger, one of the greats, and at that time, I'm sure he was probably number one at the time for sure. I think in 04, 05, 06, he started really dominating. You go out there and you feel like you're obviously the underdog, but I felt like if I played my best tennis, I match up against him pretty good. And looking back, obviously you can be proud of the fact that you did push him to 5 sets. I remember I think a 2-all in the fifth, few points that made a huge difference. Couple of unforced errors, and him switching it to another gear, and that's how, yeah, that's usually how it ends. Makes a big difference of, you know, winning big titles or not.
What, I mean, you know, obviously you were, what did you reach, world number 2? You and Nicholas Kiefer, I think, were pushing each other in German tennis, but you go from this era of Andre, Pete, and then you also experienced the come up of Roger. What was that sort of era of men's tennis like when you were in it and in that mix for those few years?
Yeah, it was obviously it was incredible for me in many ways. Looking up to Andre, you know, when I first came to Boateri's back in you know, '91, and having the chance as a 13-year-old to sort of, you know, hit some tennis balls with Andre Agassi, join him for some tournaments, Nick Boateri, that took me along for the ride, and, you know, being up close and personal. And then it seemed like, you know, life moved pretty fast. The next thing you know, I think actually my first tournament where I got a wild card was in Indianapolis in '96. And I happened to win my first 3 matches. And then I'm playing, you know, in the quarterfinals against Pete Sampras, who was number 1 at the time. So I felt like things were going always in the right direction. And, you know, when you all of a sudden then playing Pete and Andre, and, you know, you still see your idol Boris Becker around, and you sort of have arrived, but you still feel like you need to learn a lot and grow into your body in order to play your best tennis. And felt like that obviously 2001, 2002, I started to mature more, understood the ways of life on the tour, on the road, and started playing my best tennis. Yeah, it was exciting stuff.
I mean, I know you had your big dreams, but you accomplished, your career was incredible, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. That was pretty good. Obviously, you know, I think all of us tennis players, you know, being around the game for a long time, we like to self-critique ourselves many times. You know, you can play and
you guys are hard on
we were hard on
yourselves.
ourselves. Yeah, you can still, I mean, yeah, I see it now too, but, you know, just kind of hitting, and, you know, you make 20 shots and you miss that one shot and you go, don't miss that shot, and it's like you don't never acknowledge the other 20 shots that you actually made.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's the same with, you know, winning matches on tour and a couple titles here and there, but, you know, the ultimate goal is to wanting to win a slam. That's when you were 4, 5, 6, 7 years old and you play against the wall, you play against your friends, and you always say, okay, I want to hold up that Wimbledon trophy or, you know, one of the slams. And when you don't do it, it's easy to say I didn't achieve my dreams, but at the same time, you can be proud of the fact that you lived your dream, you know, being a professional tennis player and traveling the world and having some highlights, yeah.
All right, very importantly, we're going to play you this clip of, I think you're rather familiar with it, but give us the backstory of what's happening here.
Yeah, this is a good one. Again, actually started here in Australia, in Melbourne in 2017. Came here to play my last Australian Open. My father-in-law here, David Foster, composer, music writer, absolute legend in the music business, came in 2017 to sort of be part of my farewell in Australia. And my agent at the time, Tony Gartzik, and obviously Roger's agent, was his birthday. He's always celebrated his birthday here in Melbourne. So we all got together in one of the rooms at the Crown, and you know, David was on the piano, and they said, okay, Tommy, why don't you sing a song? I said, look, if I'm going to sing something, you know, Roger and Dimitrov were there with me. I said, they're going to have to join me. Everybody Needs a Little Time Away was that song that we decided to sing because the lyrics are not that difficult. And then we did a remake here in Indian Wells.
Okay, so that was in
that was in Indian Wells, yeah. And I have to be honest, my father-in-law David, he did help behind the scenes to make it sound a little bit better, since we all have pretty awful voices.
No. I thought that's not your real voice there.
Well, it is, but I think you can still, you know, find a way to fine-tune certain things.
Who's the better singer, Roger or Grigor?
You know, to be honest, I have to say Roger. I was a little bit surprised with Grigor, even though he's super motivated. I mean, I think Grigor has the best motions. Even Nole is completely into it as well.
Is that in your office?
That's in the office there, yeah. But you see, Grigor got the movement. I think Grigor's a big fan of the Backstreet Boys. You know, definitely an incredible add-on to the band.
Listen, we appreciate you walking down memory lanes.
Yeah,
thanks so much.
For making that happen. It was fun. Thank you.
Hanging out here with Tommy Haas on Cinema Sessions. Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you. Good to
Cheers.
see you. Cheers.